boogeyman's in the corner.
Danger, danger!
This is it. Don't get scared now.
What's going on, guys and gals? Welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're here for the good reels. You don't have to. It's your boy Brad. The Britman's right over there. And happy Friday, everybody. We're here for a freaking live Tearing It Up show. And we're really excited for the night. It's Friday. Everybody's in a good mood. We're having a good time. We're pumped. We're stoked. We're ready for the freaking weekend, baby. And tonight we're talking M. Night Shyamalan, man. Is what we're going to be doing. Tearing It Up. This is a Patreon pick. Our awesome Patreon, Heather Smith, has been a longtime follower of the channel and a good friend of ours from going all the way back to when we started this bad boy. And she picked this as her quarterly pick for Patreon perk. And I think it's a really awesome idea. We're going to be tearing up all of M. Night Shyamalan's movies into different tiers. And yeah, it should be for a really fun Friday evening, man.
Oh, dude, abso-freaking-lutely, man. And we understand tonight it's freaking jam-packed streams everywhere, and plus Friday Night SmackDown. Dude, we're just freaking challenging everybody. But you know what? We're still going to have a great time. We got a great topic tonight. We're going to... Actually, I don't want to tear this shirt up, but we're tearing it up. So, dude, I'm freaking excited. And again, Heather, I saw it's in the chat. So, Heather, thank you so much. Not only for being an awesome Patreon, but also for selecting an amazing topic tonight.
Yeah, it's a really cool tier, man. A lot of these movies I haven't seen before, haven't seen in a while and stuff like that. So it was nice to revisit and watch some of these for the first time. And, well... maybe it wasn't super nice for some of the ones I haven't seen actually, but yeah, nonetheless, I mean, there's a few movies that I've been putting off for years that I finally got to see and enjoyed them for the most part. And yeah, it's a good list, a wide range. I feel like it's a wide range. You got some extraordinary films that M. Night created, and you have some really bad ones too. So it's really interesting to kind of talk about his filmography.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And plus, like, I'll describe my opinions on his filmography as we are going through this, each and every single one of his movies. What we did is we're doing 13 movies. I understand after making it, there's actually 14, but the very first one, it doesn't really have what we call a wide range release on it,
Yeah,
like not really a play. Yeah, so it doesn't count. We did 13 starting in 1998. So 13, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, there's some great ones, there's ones that absolutely suck. But if you don't agree with our tier list that we're going to formulate tonight, you see this little link right here. It's in the chat room right now too, and it's in the description if you're watching after the fact. Make your own, show us, and prove to us why your list is the best.
Dude, for real, man. Make them. We want to see them. We like it when you guys make tiers, man. And we can kind of see what you guys have in mind because these have been fun. These have been a lot of fun. We've done 3 or 4 of these now at this point, and they're always a good time, man.
And I promise on the next one, you're going to get a brand new looking Tearing It Up with because we finally decided it needs to be its own standalone show, like Slash It Out and Back from the Dead. So we're going to give it that special treatment. So
we're going to try to. We're going to try to.
I know we've been very busy, but we're going to be. We're going to try our asses off to do that, man. So, let me get rid of that comment. But before I address the chat too, every time we get a new patron, I always wanted to get them a new shout out. We got ourselves a new patron this week. Desi decides to join to be a real hunter. So Desi, we want to give you your shout out. If she's got all of her socials like Instagram, she's on Twitter, she's on TikTok. And so we're so happy to have her join a part of the Good Real Hunting Patreon team.
Yeah, another good friend of ours, and just awesome people, man. So check her out on those social media platforms, and it'll be awesome, man. You'll have a good time with it.
Absolutely. So let's freaking say hello to the chat. Chat says to hurry up. We're live now. Where the hell are you? No, I'm just messing. What's up? Gory Tiger, what's going on, Gory? We appreciate you hanging out here for a little bit or just for the full time. As long as you want, we love to have everyone here. Aiden, what's going on?
Hello and
And
welcome.
of course, we got the lovely Heather here because tonight, Heather, this stream is particularly for you, ready to tear it up.
Dude, we're going to tear it up, man. This is going to be fun. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen a tearing it up before, here's what we do. Okay, we have the
Real
tears.
quick. So I got a couple more. We got Ghoul Sniper. What's going on? We got our
Hello
buddy
and welcome.
Cole, which Cole, we're waiting for you to figure out what you want for your Patreon so we can freaking dedicate a video or a live stream to you. So let us know, Cole, please. I got to know.
Take your time, though. Take your time. Take your
No,
time.
don't take your time. Don't listen to Brad. Just kidding. We got Flopbuster in the house too saying M. Night takes swings. Sometimes you get Unbreakable, and other times you get After Earth. He rules though. And then we got and Flopbuster's a Patreon of ours. Cole is too. So is Lamontre. What's going on, Lamontre?
Welcome. Hello. It's good to see
and
you
of
guys.
course, Brother Fluff too. Brett is happier if a gory tiger with a wounded deer. Fuck yeah.
We're happy
Chad
about
also
it too.
says, "Damn, Brad, Bert just cut you off like nothing." Well,
Yeah,
I
what
just
else is
want to
new?
make sure. Hey, watching you. Okay, so I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you
Private eye.
explain. I'm gonna let you explain tearing it up. What the hell's tearing it up?
First off, he said to stab your ass. That's coming. Just keep your eyes peeled for that. It could happen. It could happen in the next few weeks. You never know.
No, I know where you are this time. You ain't gonna come through over there.
So tearing it up. If you haven't seen one before, what we're gonna do? We got the tears. Honestly, let me pull up the tears real quick. I got them right here. So basically we got these tiers right over on the left, each one up, they're always pretty customizable. This one's for the M. Night movies. At the bottom obviously is the worst, the top is the best. They all kind of have a numerical value, is how we kind of average these out, because there's two of us, right? So we each pick our tier and then we'll average it out. Our average will basically determine where it goes. If we get stuck, we'll pull you guys as far as getting it where it needs to be. You'll be our tiebreaker. It's an Ask the Audience, Regis Philbin, freaking Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style. Poll the audience, except we have more than one time, so we can do it. We can do as many times as needed. It might not happen at all. It could happen for every freaking decision. We never know. So it's always fun. So that's pretty much what we're doing. And we're stoked about it, man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, dude, so much fun. And we got 7 people in the chat right now, which is freaking incredible to us, especially what's going on in the world of YouTubing. So I say without further ado, let's freaking get started. And Brad, do you want me to do the usual job of the oh shoot. Hello, thumbnail. So
yeah, I was pulling it back up because I forgot to go over that thing. The worst is the worst is rapidly aging on a beach, because that blows. That nobody likes that, especially especially with the movie. I don't know. I'd rather rapidly age on that beach than watch that movie again. But anyway, number 2 is visiting with the grandparents. There's sometimes you get some good cookies, other times you have to clean ovens. Sometimes it's not good. Split speaks for itself. It's right in the middle. Seeing Dead People is up near the top because it's kind of cool once you get used to it, I would imagine. And at the top, obviously, is Unbreakable. That's the best of the best.
Oh yeah, dude. And dude, great tier freaking names once again, Brad. I know sometimes it's hard coming up with them, but dude, I thought we did another solid job.
I like them, man. It's always nice. We like to have fun with it, so that's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, absolutely. So before we get started, Brad, do you want to do the tier rearranging, or do you want me to do that? Because I just realized I never had a turn at it.
No, you're good. It looks like you have it pulled up already down here, so go ahead and knock it out.
Okay, so Brad will be Brad will be running the chat. I'll have the chat right here so I can see what's going on too. But Brad will be the main guy in charge, because I will see you guys later. Well, I'm not leaving, but I'm just you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, and Brad, I know I can't get rid of that stupid damn S.
I fixed it on the thumbnail and in the website too. I had to.
I know this is the website, and for some reason,
no,
it's
not right. You got to lowercase to grandmother. That'll get rid of it. That'll fix it. But it doesn't matter.
Okay, no, it's okay. It's okay. We'll fix it real quick. We gotta fix it. There, hey,
good to go.
Yeah, good to go. So, Brad, how do you want to freaking do this? Are we wanting to do it like the release order if it's movies, or how do you want to do it?
We could do the release order if you want to do that, if you have it memorized.
I know a couple. There's some that's hazy. I might ask you or the chat, but I know which one the first one is, and that is Wide Awake with the
Let's
Rosie.
get it out the way. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. This is unfortunately the only movie I could not actually get to rewatch. I've watched this a long time ago, not knowing what the hell it was, so I turned it off. But from what I do remember about it, it was just okay. It's just about a boy, about a family member dying, and he's trying to find his faith and kind of like ask his faith why things happen the way that they do. And Rosie's kind of like a mentor towards the little kid.
Yeah. By the way, before I go any farther, just be mindful that all these movies tonight, we're going to talk spoilers probably for most of them, and we know that.
Hold on,
Yeah.
sorry, hold on. You say spoilers because I finally got our freaking cute little bastard on screen for this one. So let me pull him up real quick.
No, hang on. Spoiler alert. Okay.
Thank you, Darth Stewie. So sorry, got to do that real quick. So, all right, as you were saying.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that because all these movies have twists for the most part. And I just didn't want to. If anybody's been waiting on any of them, like I did, just be cautious. Okay, so that one, yeah, I haven't. Again, like you, I haven't seen that one in a long time. I don't have it. I didn't get a chance to rewatch it either. I remember seeing it many years ago, back when M. Night was kind of doing some good shit. It's really, I do know that the movie had a lot of developmental issues. It was filmed several years prior to when it came out, and stuff like that, and a lot of studio
95.
involvement. Yeah, I think so. I don't think it came out until 98, but it was filmed in 95, 94, something like that. A lot of studio involvement. I just kind of, drug it down a little bit. But yeah, like you said, I mean, I just put it in the middle. It's not a bad movie. It's just not one that I really have any interest in going back and watching anymore. It's kind of just, it's just not my thing. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad flick. I just, I'd put it right there in the middle, split.
Yeah. This sort of thing is not my bag. Signed by Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell was good in the movie, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sure.
I felt like that's the only thing I actually liked her in, to be honest with you.
Yeah, she was a good part of that. Wasn't Julia Stiles in that too?
Yes, because that was, I believe, was her acting debut was in Wide Awake. So yeah, Julia Stiles, because she's been Mrs. Popular lately because with her role in Orphan First Kill.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, dude. I could remember her in there. I did want to get Horror's comment. We're talking about the tears earlier with the weekend with the grandparents. He said to stay in your room at night and you could have a delicious, slightly burnt almond cookies with Nana and Pop. Yeah, if you stay in your room,
those
away
burnt
from the
almonds though.
Stay in your room and away from the moldy basement. You're good to go. Black mold down there, man. Really dangerous stuff.
Oh God, don't go to the shed. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. Because I'll send Brad to the shed. Get to the shed. No, hell
I think it's cool.
Oh man, so yeah, we got Wide Awake right at Split, and so. Oh, dude, I kind of wish I don't want to talk about this movie right now, but we're going to do it. We're going to stick to our guns. The Sixth Sense.
What a freaking date. Now, I know, obviously, Wide Awake was, his official first, I guess, real official first film. But, dude, what a freaking sophomore wonder, whatever you want to call it, Sixth Sense was, man. What a freaking banger, man.
Dude, my gosh. Okay, first off, a little football comparison. Most NFL players, like when they first enter the league, their struggle year is mainly their sophomore season. Kind of like, it's almost like an example with Jordan Peele. He bring out a banger and Get Out, and then Us was still really good, but kind of lackluster a little bit. M. Night actually took the opposite approach to this. His first one was just, okay, but The Sixth Sense, holy shit. First off, this is my first time watch on this movie. Unfortunately, this movie got spoiled twice for me. A family member spoiled it for me once, and then the other time was freaking
Now you bring up a good point though, Brett. Can you actually spoil something twice? Because if it's spoiled once, it's not going to be spoiled again.
Well, I actually forgot. I totally forgot about the movie. I'm still trying to remember the second time it got spoiled for me. I think it was like, fuck. How about you talk about The Sixth Sense? Because I'm telling you, this will come back to me in a minute.
So this came out. Obviously, this is one of the biggest movie twists of all time. It's right up there with Darth Vader being Luke's father. in this movie. I think I completely agree. This came out in a time before a lot of these movies, these thrillers were coming out and giving us these crazy twists. So it was really, it was really fresh and new. So this is the one. Bruce Willis is in it. Great performance, by the way. This is actually probably, outside of Die Hard, my favorite Bruce Willis performance of all time in this movie. I would say. I think I can't think of anything else that would really match it other than Armageddon, and that's just because I like seeing shit blow up and the dude that doesn't see Star Wars floating over the freaking ravine. But yeah, this is actually really genuinely a good Bruce Willis performance in this movie. Back in 1998, I think this came out.
99, just because it almost hit the 2000s, which, oh man, just like, what is it called? The late 90s. What a freaking boomer. Like the second half of the 90s. What freaking boomers with freaking like movies, man. And we'll see The Sixth Sense again next year or early next year back on Good Will Hunting.
We might just do that. Hell yeah. But the movie, man, what I really liked, so this was actually one of the first DVDs I ever owned. Or at least that my family ever owned. I was like 10, so, whatever. But yeah, I remember watching this thing. I had Jeepers Creepers, like a very low, like I had, there's a time period when we had like 10 DVDs. This was one of them. And I watched the hell out of it. I watched it constantly, the twist, even though, you guys, I'm sure you've all seen the movie. So, obviously the big twist at the end, Bruce Willis being the ghost, the whole movie essentially and whatnot. It's great. And a lot of people say that the movie, once you learn the twist, isn't as good and or enjoyable. I disagree. I think the movie's just as enjoyable going back and rewatching it because you can see all these little moments that you didn't pick up on the first time. Like when him and his wife are going out for their anniversary dinner and, she reaches for the check. Yeah. The first time you watch it, you're like, okay, they're just struggling in their marriage and she doesn't really want to have a part of this conversation. She's like, fuck it. I want to pay for the check. The second time you watch it, you're like, no, he's just not there. And she's by herself. She's out there doing the same date night just to kind of, because she still loves him. And, she's out there having a good time, just trying to, reminisce. She's not having a good time. She's having a bad time, but she's still just trying to remember the good times, I guess is what I should say.
Right.
Little things like that just make the movie enjoyable because it's little things that, again, like just he does such a good job of putting those things in there, just subtle enough that you don't pick up on the twist. But when you go back and watch it again, it's obvious. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I know exactly what you mean. Because again, like this movie got spoiled for me twice. I finally remembered the second time how it got spoiled because I did forget about the twist at one point until Lonely Island with their whole like "Jizz in My Pants" song. Freaking spoiled it for me again. Like, how the hell does a freaking music video freaking spoil a movie for me? But anyways, it did. So it got spoiled twice for me. However, so, Brad, this was the kind of like unique first watch for me, knowing the twist going in. So I got to follow it from beginning to end, and I kind of like picked up on the signs early. See what I did there, promoting another movie we're about to talk about. But yeah, kind of like what you say with that anniversary dinner. I paid close attention to it, and I did also watch a review of Chris Stuckman. He pointed out that the freaking chair at that dinner scene didn't even budge.
Right.
So that was one of your other signs too of him being a ghost. But I figured it out around, I would say about the hour 10-minute mark. That's when I like, if I say like, okay, if I was watching this movie, if I could predict the twist around that time frame, I would have said, okay, something's up.
I don't know if you ever would have though. I remember watching this thing and being so it's such a like, because this wasn't something at this time you don't see an M. Night movie and be like, oh, there's gonna be a big twist at the end. Like this is what created that, and like you just wouldn't see that coming, and it just really blows you away. There's not much of a plot outside of that. That's one thing about it that kind of slows it down a little bit. But it's such a good, well-crafted movie. And I think that, it's really one of M. Night's best, flicks when it comes to, it's particularly dialogue and stuff like that. That's one thing he really sucks at, lately, is dialogue and whatnot. I thought this movie was fine with it. I thought there's some really good moments with Bruce and the kid, together. His name's blinking me, but,
man, say I had my whole letterbox ready, but I'm like, you know what? I'll come back to y'all in a minute. I already have this pulled up, ready to go because I knew you were going to ask that. Haley Joel Osment.
Yes. Really good moments between the two of them. And he kind of steps in. Toni Collette's a single mother. you know, and then Bruce kind of steps in as this almost father figure to an extent. And I think it's really effective just kind of seeing them because they need each other, right? Like the whole movie is them just, you know, just kind of filling each other's gaps, if you will, and you know, trying to grow as human beings. And it's such a good, you know, moment. And he eats those Pop-Tarts, and that always makes me want Pop-Tarts.
Oh, dude. Especially I have, it's kind of funny, though. I had a Pop-Tart during the day, and then when I watched The Sixth Sense and he wanted a Pop-Tart, I'm like, dude, I'm just going to start eating Pop-Tarts, man.
That's what I've been saying. Make your diet 90% Pop-Tarts, supplement it the rest with something with some fiber, and you're good to go. Like, that's all you need.
Hey, strawberries are packed with fiber.
There you go. To eat the strawberry Pop-Tarts, and then you could just maybe put in, you know, save some calories for some beer or something, you know, or, you're good to go.
Or freaking Claws or Mike's Hard. Like, you never know, man. But at the end of the day, though, again, knowing the twist going in, dude, that twist still made a big, like a humongous impact towards me, just because it still hit hard. Like, freaking breaking through barriers, man. It did such a great job with the twist. So it still impacted me, but dude, this freaking Sin Stealer, I think Heather, Heather
Toni
was just
Collette?
saying Toni Collette was fantastic as Cole's mom. She killed it. Yeah, and where she killed it, and where freaking Cole, that kid actor, earned his nominee for an Oscar, was that damn car scene at the end.
So good.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was the moment, and I'm ready to give you my rating for it right now. That was the moment I gave the movie a golden reel, so you can already tell where I'm putting it.
Unbreakable for me too, all day at the top. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's genuine, like there's good scares in this thing too. Hey, let me show you where my dad keeps his gun. He's got the fucking hole in the back of his head. Are you kidding me? That shit was scary. And then the girl under the bed. All right, dude, that shit was scary as fuck.
And I freaking had the girl from the OC, you know, the old classic Fox show. She was in it as the kid, the one with the little like freaking puke in her mouth.
Yeah, and that was just a creepy and fucked up scene too. And Flamethrower posted a minute ago. He's talking about this. I thought everyone put pine sol in their soup until I watched Sixth Sense. Mama always did that.
It's good for your diet. Oh, yeah. Get it? Dye it.
You know, it's good. It kills COVID and stuff too. Like, it's really good.
Oh my gosh, man! But dude, we just need to revisit the Sixth Sense later on, because we do need to freaking do something with this movie, because this movie I can easily talk about for a whole nother hour.
It'd be a fun watch party or something. Yeah, we should definitely do something like
absolutely. And you got a couple of days left on Tubi. It's for free if you want to check out the Sixth Sense.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a great flick, man. Even if you know what's coming. Donnie Wahlberg, too, in the damn thing. Freaking creepy as a mofo. So that's always good.
I'll be honest with you. I forgot he was in that movie. I looked before I watched the movie, like the cast, and I saw Donnie. Dude, I totally forgot to look for him.
Oh, yeah. Detective Matthews, man. From Saw.
Oh, yeah. Or the freaking guy for Dead Silence with the freaking electric razor.
Gory said, when you're floating down the river, you should have had a beer in your hand, Brad. I agree. That's actually not a bad idea. I should have done that. Or a White Claw. That would. I'll tell you what, though. We did that scene. This is the Halloween 5 skit. We did that scene at like 10:30 in the morning, though. So that was like the first thing we did in the day. And yeah. Oh man, it felt wonderful though.
Dude, we need to freaking just have a relaxed day, like pretty relaxful, and freaking go back to that spot, man.
I agree, man. Horrorhead said the Sixth Sense is unbreakable level. Yeah, absolutely. Such a great movie. Watched it with my grandparents on VHS in 1999 when I was 14, and all three of us did not see the twist coming. Yeah, dude, it's such a big freaking moment, man.
Plus, I bet that VHS quality is really just intensifies the mood and atmosphere to that movie too.
Yeah, dude, I remember this being. This was actually genuinely like one of the first DVDs ever made, I think. And I remember it had, you know, just this was when I learned about special feature. I did the commentary with M. Night, all these special feature behind the scenes stuff. It had this little VHS or the box. You know, the box the girl has under the bed that's got the VHS tape in it. That was one of the options on the DVD menu. It had the box floating around. You could click that, and that would unlock all the deleted scenes. That was good, man. I like that.
Dude, that's so fucking cool, man. And sorry, I was just laughing at the chat too, where Chad was saying 1999 was the best year for movies, and Heather goes, or Gory says, what came out in 99? Chat went, Got your ass. Oh man, man. So chat is what we call breakable, but you know what's not breakable? Unbreakable.
Yes,
that sounded better in my head, but I'm just going to shut up. But freaking Unbreakable, man, dude. I fortunately didn't get a chance to rewatch it, but dude, I remember this movie so damn well. This movie is so freaking phenomenal.
I agree. This is I didn't actually see this movie for the first time until 2017, maybe. It's just a few years ago.
Yeah, you told me about it too.
Yeah, it had an immediate impact on me. This was one that I really, I always saw it. I never really I didn't even know it was M. Night movie until earlier, just prior to me watching it. Essentially, like I just never really thought about it. I always saw it on shelves and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is a Bruce Willis movie. But no, again, this is another really strong Bruce Willis performance. One of the better ones that I've seen. And again, that's not something you really see from M. Night anymore. Is giving us good performances from the actors. That's something that went away with these first three movies. I feel like first four movies, maybe.
I was about to say, like, make it first four.
Yeah. So I think that this was a really strong Bruce Willis performance. Again, Samuel L. Jackson's in the damn thing as Mr. Glass, and he's fantastic. He's a really good, like good versus evil kind of storyline that plays out with a fantastic twist at the end. And Bruce Willis can bench press a fuck ton.
Oh, I know, dude. And dude, I was like, holy freaking shit, man. Like, that is super impressive. And I didn't even know, like, on first watch, I didn't even know this was supposed to be a hero movie. But I'm glad it turned out that way, just because it's one of easily the most unique and different superhero movies out there. Because you know how we have our whole Marvel, follow the comic book lore and all that. This one is like almost its own freaking originality story from Midnight. And he freaking knocks this movie out of the park. And like you said, Brad, Bruce Willis was the heavy force behind that whole movie.
Yeah, dude, it was cool. And it's such an interesting concept to have somebody that just fucking, is essentially invincible. You know what I mean? And whatnot. And starting off with that train crash was a really good way to engage you and get you into the story. And I really enjoyed it. It was a big surprise for me when I watched it. I remember watching it and being like, damn, I can't believe I haven't seen this before. Instantly jumped up to one of my favorite M. Night movies, man. Oh,
dude. So, quick question before we freaking tear this bad boy. Actually, two things. The first thing is, who would win in a fight? Freaking Mr. Unbreakable down there, or freaking Bobby Boucher with all his water?
Well, if he had, the water, I don't know. It depends on the Abdullah Amagada. Whatever that means.
Bruce Willis is so angry because he had all them teeth and no toothbrush. But no, but the second thing I want to bring to light real quick, the freaking scene where he got out of the pool and it was freaking rising from the ground, that freaking particular score, oh my gosh, that score was amazing.
It's badass as a mofo, man. It was so good. And again, this is still setting up that twist, delivering the endings that keep popping up from M. Night. Like this is still setting that up. This is the second big twist in a row, and it was freaking awesome. When Samuel L. ends up being the bad guy behind all the shit that he's been super evil, man. And it gets dark. It turns dark on a dime, man. And that was good, man. Fucking awesome.
And plus, it's so cool too because like Mr. Glass was pretty much looking for someone to challenge him, and him finding that challenger with the only survivor in that train wreck being Bruce Willis. It's just such damn good writing, and that's something I give Midnight a lot of credit for in the early stages of his career. Is the freaking storytelling, the writing was really damn strong. Unfortunately, that goes away later on.
Yes. Oh, big time. It's like, dude, the guy completely forgot what he's doing out there. But anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah, this is another one I'm putting up at Unbreakable for me. I really enjoyed this movie.
You know what? Like we wouldn't be doing our job, and we freaking put the Unbreakable tier like as the top dog for a particular reason. It's because of this movie. So no questions about it. It's Unbreakable right there, man.
Hell yeah, I like it, man. Let me say hi to a couple people. I saw the J-Man popped in here.
Hey.
He's here. What's up, my friend? Glad to see you in here. It's good to see you. And Mikeyson, man, long time no see is back in the house. Hey, Good to see you again, man. Welcome to the party. We're having a good time. He's dropping in to say hello.
Well,
And
hello there. And then get Heather's comment because again, this is her stream tonight, so we want to make sure we get all of her comments.
yes, she said, Unbreakable, I will put at seeing dead people level. I've only seen it once, and that was when it first came out. It was a long time ago, Heather. I need to rewatch it. I didn't understand it and didn't know it was a comic book base. I
don't think it technically was. I think they played it off like that, but I don't think it was. Like, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat.
That's the same impression I got. I got that it wasn't like an official comic book movie. It was just one that wanted to be like, kind of based on comics, but not based on a specific comic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the comic book lore of things, kind of like copying its tropes and everything, but not like an official comic book. Like they did like a telling of it, kind of like Spider-Man or things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's the impression that I got from it. So,
yeah. So either let us know in the chat or after the video, let us know in the comment section because like that would be very interesting to dive more into. But dude, I'm ready to freaking dive into some freaking science, man. I believe, yeah, science is the next one.
Yes.
So, well, here's your sign. First off, big shout out to Braden Timmons because he was super kind and bought this for me on Blu-ray because we were having a discussion on good alien movies, and he really wanted me to watch this movie. So I did a couple of weeks ago, like a month back actually. And dude, I really freaking digged it. And this movie made me jump like 3 times. And which really surprised me because most horror movies don't really make me jump that much anymore. But dude, freaking Science got me 3 times, dude.
Dude, it's kind of like Sixth Sense in a way that there's a lot of atmosphere in the air, but then it slams a couple good like almost jump scares at you. You know, whenever they're doing that found footage kind of thing on the news, obviously, and you see the alien for the first time, that gives you freaking chill bumps, man. That was really effective.
It was number 71 on Bravo's top 100 scariest moments in movie history.
And much deserved. It was really effective. And that particular scene was given to you in a kind of a found footage format because it was like a news story throughout the movie. But that was before really like found footage really took off. It was after Blair Witch Project, but it was before a lot of the other stuff. So just seeing that kind of play out that way was really effective, I think. And another thing I really like about this thing is the characters. Again, this is before his dialogue went out the freaking the drain. This is before he put his dialogue and his writing into garbage disposal and cranked that son of a bitch to 11. Like this was actually decent. We had some good characters, a really strong Mel Gibson performance, which I'm not going to touch his personal shit, but his movies I've always really enjoyed. And I think this is again one of his better performances. Same thing with Joaquin, an early performance from Joaquin Phoenix. It's really strong.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the freaking Phoenix, man, rising from the ashes, freaking just always freaking throwing out bangers, man, with anything that he touches. And of course, Mel Gibson is absolutely phenomenal in this movie too. Stepping away, kind of like the movies from What a Women Want and movies like that, and just freaking diving into something like this, dude. Big props to freaking Mel Gibson.
Yeah, it was good, and he just like his character arcs were great. Battling his faith and stuff like that. Almost kind of like his first movie, M. Night's first movie, Wide Awake. Kind of dealing with those issues with faith and all that stuff like that. Being I guess the preacher or whatever beforehand.
The father.
The father. It was an interesting arc for him, and I really enjoyed it. And I like that fatherhood too with with Joaquin. I thought that was really good. What was his character's name?
Give me here. I got you right here. This here.
Trying to get IMDb.
No, I got it right here. Mel Gibson is Graham, and Joaquin Phoenix is Meryl.
Meryl, yeah, Swing Away Meryl, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I freaking had it at the beginning of the countdown. God, I'm such. I
know, I'm a freaking idiot.
But dude, man. I also didn't realize freaking Roy Culkin is in this movie. The freaking Charlie from Scream 4.
Yeah, he is. I actually picked up on that the other day. I thought overall the characters were really enjoyable, and the daughter was good too. Who was that?
Yeah, that's Abigail Breslin.
Yeah, I thought she was really good as well. But yeah, a good twist throughout. I mean, it's really just kind of like a mystery thriller where, again, you don't really have all the details early on. It kind of gets presented to us as the audience throughout. The signs in the cornfield, obviously, roll the credits. I know it's fantastic, but that was just, I mean, all that stuff, the way it builds up and the way we continue to get information as the movie goes on is really effective, man. Again, this is great storytelling.
Oh yeah, and first off, the crops like they cut like in the design and all that. Just letting you know right now, that was not any effects. That was actually all practical. Like they cut the grass and everything.
That was good to do. That was good to do.
That was so freaking smart too. And plus, I will say I am disappointed with one little thing about this movie. Cheryl Jones' hat didn't grow 2 sizes too big every time she got on screen.
Scary movie style, dude.
Or freaking like she broke her wiener.
Yeah, that would have been nice if they would have added that in.
Oh, that would have been freaking hilarious, man. Even though luckily I could like just kind of like separate the two. You know how some people can't watch Scream because of Scary Movie. Well, I can easily watch this and separate Scary Movie 3 hands down. But dude, the last thing I want to mention with Signs is the last scene that scared me was the freaking when you think everything was over, and they turned off the TV and the freaking alien is behind them. Dude, that was good. The absolute shit out of me.
Yeah, that was really effective, man. What I really like about this is it's an alien story, much like Quiet Place. It's got big Quiet Place vibes in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's an alien story, but it's also very small scale, focused on the family, and I really appreciate that. Very much like Quiet Place was. And I like when you kind of you take a look in, you focus on the family, you focus on the characters. And even though you're dealing with something much larger than this one family, this is where you put your focus. And I think that's what makes this movie so good. And you can really get behind them. And you have these arcs in here with Mel Gibson and everything like that really pay off. And it's Unbreakable for me.
Oh, you think it's Unbreakable? Okay. I actually see, like, for me, I have this as Seeing Dead People. I don't think it's I don't think it's perfect, but dude, it's pretty damn close. So I put it as Seeing Dead People for me.
Let's pull it out, dude. Let's ask the audience. Let's get it figured out.
Let's freaking ask the audience.
While you're working on that, I'm going to get the chat. Horace said Signs is great, top tier, Unbreakable level. I love Mel Gibson's faith journey in this movie. Me too. It's fantastic. J-Man says Signs has Night of the Living Dead vibes. That's true as well. It's a pretty common story, but it's done in its own unique unique ways, I guess.
All right, I got the pull up. So guys, it's up to you. Where does it belong? Does it belong to Unbreakable at the top of the top, or pretty close to the top with Seeing Dead People?
You guys are the tie breaker.
Oh yeah, and J-Man, did you get J-Man's comment about Signs having Night of the Living Dead vibes?
I did. It's still pulled up right here, actually.
Oh shit! So, man. And then did we say hi to Adrian James? Because I'm trying to remember too.
I don't think we actually did. Adrian, what's going on, man?
Big gummy, we suck. Adrian James, we apologize. What's going on, man? We're glad you're here. And we're glad everybody's here because we understand it is a very busy stream night on YouTube.
It's Friday, too. People are having a good time tonight, man.
Last Friday night.
Everybody's living for the weekend. Working for the weekend. Whatever,
oh, man. Dude, I want to freaking work to the Village.
Let's go there.
Actually, I don't want to go there because it looks boring as fuck. However, I will say on this like all the movies we're talking about today, I would easily say The Village is easily the most misunderstood movie.
I agree, dude. I watched this movie for the first time this week, and I've always been turned away from it because it gets so much hate. Everybody says, "Oh, the twist is awful. The movie sucks." Whatever. It gets a lot of hate, and I don't see why. It's a little bit slow to start. It takes a minute to get rolling, but once it does, it's a lot of atmosphere in this thing, man. A really good, isolated environment with some decent characters and a lot of nice one-take shots, which is one thing that M. Night can do well when he really wants to. He does it sometimes, and it doesn't work as well. But in this movie, it does. A fantastic fucking cast, man. Fantastic cast.
Dude, I'm telling you, when I looked before starting the movie, dude, I was shocked. It's like, dude, like, I was surprised people not liking this movie. Just like, dude, the cast. Like, how do you not like this movie? Like, that's all I mainly got first, like, for my first question. And again, here we go again. I knew one of the two twists. Because Scary Movie 4 ruined the first twist for me, unfortunately. That was because that was the creatures, but I did know about the second twist, and I can understand where people hated that twist. However, I thought it worked.
I thought it was brilliant almost. I thought this was a really good twist, actually. I thought it was it gave me an idea. I was like, dude, fuck yeah, I'd go live in this village. I hate the world today. I'm like, I don't like people. I hate put me in my own little isolated environment, and then we can go over there and just, not deal with other people, and it's fine. It's good. I thought it really had a good thing going for it. And I like the idea behind the twist. Actually, I don't see why it gets the hate that it does. I think it's something that I think this one's you could probably call this one easier than you could call the than you could call the Sixth Sense. But it's still, I mean, it's a good one. It's effective. And if you're not thinking about it and trying to pick it out, I don't think you're gonna get it.
No, I don't think so. But here's what was like, kind of like with the first twist, it was a little disappointing. Because like again, M. Night always says that he wished he could fix the marketing with this movie because a lot of people thought this was a creature feature. Guess what? I thought it was a creature feature as well. Even knowing that first twist, I thought they were still going to play it off that way. Even though I felt like the creature part of it like should have been could have been executed better, kind of like with freaking what's his name, Adrian Brody, the one that played the town kind of like guy. If they would have revealed that stuff at the end and then they revealed the whole plot of of the fake creatures and all that, I feel like they would have landed, like would have hit better than the second twist.
That's what it is. I didn't even think about that because I don't remember the marketing. Well, it's the marketing is what screwed it over, for sure. If people are expecting, it's like it reminded me of It Comes at Night in a way where it's marketed as one thing, it's marketed as something. There's gonna be creatures or zombies or whatever it is, and then it comes out and it's just not that. So I get that. I could see why people would be upset with that at the time. For me, I now I don't even remember what the trailer was or anything, so that makes sense. Good call, J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree with that. But other than that, freaking Bryce Dallas, this was her debuting role too, and as an actress. And dude, I thought she knocked it out of the park.
She did.
And I'm not talking about Jurassic Park either.
Yeah, she was really good in the movie, as was Jessica Chastain in the movie. I thought she was good.
Sigourney Weaver was in it. And they freaking dude, I was loving this part right here. Freaking Judy Greer was in this movie.
I know, dude. I can't see her without Halloween anymore, though. It just throws me off.
And Jurassic World.
Yes. Mikeyson said I was hyped for again, this is kind of the same. I was hyped for the village, but after the twist, I was like, dang it. It was pretty cool and then somewhat creepy until that moment. So yeah, I guess if the marketing kind of had you expecting something, I could see why you would be upset. Horrorhead saw that. I saw the village in theaters, and everyone in the theater was bitching about the ending. I really liked it. I put it to split level.
Oh yeah, and you know what? And I could totally understand that, and also see freaking Return to Living Fled. That's Kyle, one of our amazing Patreons on our channel too. And then Spoonful of Horror. What's going on? Welcome. Freaking saying all-star cast. I definitely agree. And freaking Jesse Eisenberg was in this movie.
Yes, dude. I saw that pop up and I was like, dude, what? Really? He's in here? And he was briefly, but yeah. Horrorhead said that if we did make our own village, to let her know, people are her as well. The Smith family would make an excellent addition to the village. I agree.
It'll have Wi-Fi. I guarantee that.
We could put some Wi-Fi in there to make it a little bit better. But yeah, so one thing that kind of started, this is really kind of to me where a lot of the logic and stuff kind of started going out the window for M. Night. It's it's an issue that he's had since, in my opinion, where like when you really start to think about some things that he's doing in this movie, it just doesn't make sense. Like why there's a creature costume under the floorboard in the panic room or the quiet room, and why there's a window in there you can open out to get out. Just little shit like that. Just like, when you really start to think about it, it's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. A lot of conveniences, if you will.
How convenient. But dude, I agree with you on this part. After it started with the village, kind of like with the term I'm about to use in a lot of these other movies, it's called poor execution. This one is still like, it's not poor, but like the whole creature twist, that was a little poor. But the second twist I thought was, again, spot on. And I give a lot of props for the village. And my last comment is I want to know who this cinematographer is in this movie, because dude, give that guy a raise. He was amazing with the shots of this movie.
I agree. It was really effective. As far as the creatures go, I actually really enjoyed when Adrian Brody got out. That whole thing in the woods.
That was really scary.
Yeah, that was effective.
Even though you kind of ask yourself the question, though, she's like, she knows the secret, so why did that scare her, knowing who somebody was underneath that?
Because when she learned the secret, the dude was like, yeah, we dress up as these creatures, but in the text, it says that these creatures actually do exist.
Okay.
So she actually thought this was actually one of the real creatures, because she's blind too. She can't see. So, so she actually thought it was one of the real creatures. So,
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, sorry. I was gonna agree with Heather. I was gonna put this thing at the split level, though.
Oh, you're gonna put it at the split level?
Yeah.
I'll put it there, just again, like some logic stuff and all that. But dude, it's still a very damn good movie. If you think this movie is that bad, I'm sorry, but I totally disagree. Like, again, that's what I love about like us fans in movies. We can like what we like, and we can not like what we don't like. It's a freaking buffet, man. Just pick and choose.
Yeah, I think that's what I say. I don't think it's that bad at all. I think it's actually quite good. It's just not as good as some of these other movies.
Damn. Hold on a minute. Sorry, my sexiness brought the freaking sex bots.
Hell yeah. Well, you're dealing with that. I'm going to read Mikey-san said, to be fair, I've only watched The Village once when it came out. I might try it again sometime. Check it out, man. Now, distance yourself from that original marketing letdown. Go back in with an open mind and check it out, because I had really low hopes for it because everybody said it sucked. And that's why I haven't watched it in 20 years because of that. I was like, I'm just not going to watch the movie. But I finally did, thanks to Heather. And yeah, it was a good surprise. I enjoyed it. It's slow. It's a little slow at the beginning, but it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And my Tennessee brother and Mega Cat. What's going on, Mega Cat? And then we also got Aiden in the house. What's going on, Aiden?
Hello and welcome to both of you. Glad to have you here.
All right.
Roger Deakins was the cinematographer for The Village.
Give that guy. Thank you, Spoonful of Horror. Definitely give that guy a raise, because what he did, I thought, was probably the strongest highlight in the movie, other than the cast. Yeah,
it was really good. A lot of good shots there.
Let's talk about one more movie and we'll check on that poll, because this is, again, where we're starting to get into poor ass execution territory and horrible writing territory, which actually, Brad, let me ask you that question real quick. Who's the better writer, Rob Zombie or M. Night Shyamalan?
Dude, I actually thought about this earlier when I was watching. This exact thought crossed my mind when I was watching The Happening. Dude, Rob Zombie, I think, honestly has better dialogue because it's at least entertaining. His dialogue is entertaining. It doesn't make any sense, we're talking about skull fucking and crawling over there and mental checklist and all this, but it's fun. It's funny. Like a lot of this dialogue that M. Night throws at us is dreadful. It's lazy, and yeah, this is to the point we're about to start seeing some of that.
Well, Tootie fucking fruity. It's what I wish I could say, but instead we got to talk about the lady in the water.
Oh my gosh, dude! This movie, I saw it. I saw it when it came out in theaters, actually, and I have not seen it since, and I don't really want to see it since. I was going to rewatch it, but I was like, no, that was the most boring theater experience I've ever had in my life. And this thing was, this is a movie that because I guess The Village had some bad reviews about it and stuff. It didn't get too well received from the critics. This movie, the Lady in the Water, is actually a movie about a writer facing, negative criticism. Essentially, is what it's all about. It's basically a fuck you to the critics, is what it is at the end of the day.
Shyamalan's all broken up there, bitch. He can no longer write.
That's what it feels like. This whole movie is just like, hey, critics don't understand creative writing, and so whatever. So that's basically him saying fuck you to the critics, and I'm like, dude, just fucking don't worry about it, man. Just do your own thing. You don't need a whole movie about it. This movie was I didn't like it.
I heard the concept of it. Like, I watched bits and pieces of it, but I kind of read up on it. The concept, like, the idea is neat, but that's the only unfortunate thing I can say about it. It's neat because, again, we're going that territory now where just you get a good or interesting idea, but just the execution is piss poor, and it was piss poor in this one.
I agree. Again, the concepts were kind of cool. Some of the concepts, I really like Paul Giamatti as the lead actor in this. I've always kind of liked him. He's pretty good, and to see him kind of run a movie on his own, I thought was pretty. I mean, he definitely had a lot of supporting members here too, but I liked him in the movie. This also had Bryce Dallas Howard in it, and she was okay, and it had Jeffrey Wright in it as well, actually, and I love Jeffrey Wright.
Freaking Jeffrey Wright was very entertaining.
It had this dude that he basically did curls with his right arm, but not his left arm in the movie. I remember this is really the only thing I really remember about the movie. His right side of it might be his left, I don't know, but one side of his body was completely jacked and buff, and the other side looked like freaking, I don't know, freaking scrawny as a mofo, like is what it looked like. It was really the silliest thing. And that, you had some CGI creatures in there and just a lot of stuff. It was long and boring. And I don't like this movie at all, man.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I guess, like I said earlier, it had a cool concept, like an interesting concept. Another thing I'll give credit for parts I've seen of the movie, it does have some pretty cool visuals. But other than that, everything else was to me a failure, a complete failure in execution. So at the end of the day, with the visuals and the cool concept, I will go ahead and give it Visiting with Grandparents. But Brad, if you want to put it Rapidly Aging on the Beach, I wouldn't hold it against you.
That's where I was going to put it.
Okay, let's freaking put it there. I do not blame you on that. So
this is where things get polarizing because I feel like a lot of these next few movies are going to go in that tier. Just like it's the movies I never want to revisit again.
Dude, I'll be honest. Freaking seeing dead people and Visiting with Grandparents, they legit might be shit out of luck on this tier maker. That's literally how M. Night Shyamalan's movies are.
It's weird. Yeah, I've never seen somebody that's shown so much skill in some movies and so much just what the fuck are they thinking in other movies? You know what I mean? Like this has got to be the weirdest spread for a director ever in the history of filmmaking.
Dude. You know what? Let me go ahead and go to the next movie because this is only going to take us less than a minute. The Last Airbender. I'm going to go ahead and let you know right now. My cousin is a big ass Avatar fan, and he absolutely hates this movie. I'm going to join him, so I'm showing some love to my cousin tonight. Freaking Last Airbender, Rapidly Aging on the Beach. Dude, I don't even have to fucking tell you much about it. Just please take my word for it. It's absolute trash.
Throw it at the bottom. Yeah, this is one. This is one of two movies I couldn't even fucking finish on the thing. This thing. I
saw it at the damn theater, so I don't want to hear shit from you.
You saw this in the theaters?
Unfortunately, I did because I was freaking young and stupid.
Yeah, there's really not a lot I like about that movie. Yeah, not a fan of it. It's that thing this again. I don't know how the same director could create The Sixth Sense and this movie at the same time.
Yeah, God, Marty, I know, man, dude, freaking how crazy our world is, man. Just like you create gold, now you create shit.
You're talking The Sixth Sense, one of the best movies of the '90s. Like, what are the best movies of all time? I mean, not literally one of the best, but in the top, a couple hundred probably.
Was one of the few movies with an 8 rating on IMDb.
Yeah, I mean that's a high ass rating. That's a really well made movie. And then he turns around and does this shit. Get out of here, dude. Put that at the bottom.
Yeah, freaking bottom. And then I believe Mikey has to go. So, Mikey, thank you so much for hanging out with us, dude.
Yes, nice to hook up. He's going to go watch The Village. Enjoy it if you do watch that, and have a good night and a good weekend, man. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, freaking let us know, too, what you think of The Village. I put it in the comments section after the stream ends. And then, Flamethrower, we're about to get to that in a minute about your freaking hot dog fetish.
Let me see. Heather asked where you can see this movie. And
Rant, unfortunately, because trust me, I tried to.
It looks like the only thing it's on is Canopy, and I've never even heard of that, so I don't even know how you get to it.
Screw that.
Academic.
Just
yes,
like
academic.
$3, so that's not bad. Academic, yeah. So,
okay.
All right, let me check the poll. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
7 votes. 57% go with Unbreakable. So the people have spoken. And you know what? And I don't disagree. I don't hardly disagree with that either. But for me personally, is seeing dead people. But you know what? It deserves to be up there. I could see the signs of why it needs to be up there.
I think it's really enjoyable. But yeah, man, that's a good pick from the audience, man. Thanks for the support there.
Oh, absolutely. And before we forget to give the Brother Fluff some hot dog fetish, because I know what movie he's referencing, we got to also say hello to Rosie in the chat. What's going on, Rosie?
Hello and welcome. Nice to see you on this awesome Friday.
And Aiden says, let me know when you get to the happening. Well, it's happening. So let's freaking get to the happening, my friend.
Let's do it, man. Man, I watched this movie for the first time today, actually. Again, this is one just like The Village. Never heard anything good about it. So I just never watched it. And even though Mark Wahlberg's in there, I really like Mark Wahlberg. I just never really gave it a chance. I watched it today, and I actually found it to be hilarious. This thing was this was great. This was like this was when you really see like this guy doesn't give a fuck about writing anymore. Like it's just like nothing really seems to really work from a storytelling standpoint and whatnot. There was that one scene where this is the one, if you guys haven't seen it and you don't care about spoilers, this is the one where everybody just starts killing themselves, like in the Northeast. It's like this whole big mass hysteria. They don't know what's going on. Terrorist attack, plants. Like nobody really knows what's going on until the end, or about halfway through, we find out it is the plants.
The killer wind.
The wind. Those shots of the wind. There was actually some good shots. But dude, this thing gets about halfway through. And there's this scene where like they're driving down the road. I think it's when what's his name? The math guy that's doing the double and the penny thing. They're riding down the road and they're going like 5 miles an hour down the street. Like, and out of nowhere, the girl in the back starts freaking panicking because there's bodies hanging from the trees. I'm like, dude, you've been driving 5 miles an hour, dude, this whole time. You would have seen this 4 miles ago. Like you're literally underneath him now. Why are you panicking now? It's little things like that this movie's full of. Corny ass dialogue. None of it makes any sense. Marky Mark is just like he forgot how to act in this movie. I think this is when you really see that the yeah, you guys are quoting it. What? No.
You're gonna kill me in my sleep. What? No. I always wonder where that movie came from. And when I saw like kind of like where she was staying in the hallway, I did kind of like the Leonardo DiCaprio point. And you're like, oh, I know what's coming up.
This thing's got two of the Roy brothers in it from Succession, Kendall Roy and Connor Roy. Kendall shows up in the army outfit later on. He's freaking out. The best actor of the movie, in my opinion. He's the one that stops them. They're driving. He comes running up in the Humvee, and he's like, "Hey, you can't go down that road." And he's just fucking, "Yeah, my handgun is my friend, or whatever. My firearm is my friend. It does not leave my side." He blows himself away. I mean, this whole thing is just goofy as a mofo, dude. And I actually had some genuine laughs in this movie. I thought whenever you guys are quoting all this stuff is great. This one is actually a decent. I actually LOL'd right here when he's talking to the plant. And he's like,
it's okay to pee. It's okay. We're just gonna pee. We're gonna get out. Like
we're just here to use the bathroom. We're gonna leave. And he's like, oh, you're plastic. I'm talking to a plastic plant.
Oh, dude, Aiden with the best one.
Which one is it? The hot dog.
Cheese and crackers. I was like, no, literally, I was like, okay, dude, I'm totally out of this movie because I'll go ahead and let you guys know right now. Me and Brad have like opposite feelings toward this movie.
I just, it's not a good movie by any means.
It's awful.
Yeah. But it was entertaining enough because I was laughing. I had some good moments of entertainment from it. Heather said actually, saw the opening in theaters, love the opening scene. That's what I was about to say. The opening scene is really good, actually. And everyone working themselves and the idea, but the idea is so confused, or the ending is so confusing, it just stops. Yeah, it does stop on a dime.
I just love how people are using the word murking now because of you.
Murk the Murker, man.
That's again, future Goodwill Hunting t-shirt phrase right there. Murk the Murker. So in the future, be sure to grab your Murk the Murker shirt. All dedicated to Brad. All proceedings go to Brad on that one. But I freaking agree with Brother Fluff though, saying Rosie could have made a better Halloween movie than Rob Zombie. Therefore, she's the better Rob Zombie. Oh my gosh. I finally just now got it after reading
because
it.
of RZ,
So.
Yeah, it's the better RZ. Yeah,
but I still agree with that. Rosie is awesome. So,
yeah, my firearm is my friend, dude. It's hysterical, dude. It's full of these scenes that just it's so corny and cheesy. Like this is really when it's like this. I really the whole time I was watching this, I was thinking about Old, which is like, you just have this really atrocious dialogue. People that the guy, it's like they take the first takes of everybody. Like M. Night's like, you know what? Let's just do one take of everything and we're good. Let's wrap it up. Because everybody's like, it looks like they're warming up their acting skills throughout. This is probably the worst Mark Wahlberg performance I've ever seen.
Well, I think that's more towards directing fans,
right?
And like the script and all that. It's not Mark Wahlberg's fault.
That's what I'm saying. The direction of the actors is atrocious. Like you have some genuine, like good actors in here, and they look like they've never been in a movie before.
Oh man, if it freaking Zoe, like God Almighty, she was either miscast horribly or she was just horrible in this. I can't I'll be honest with you, it might actually be both. Because it's just overall in this movie for me, Brad, I know you think this is so good. It's so bad it's good territory. You were having a good time. I'm glad you did, but dude, this movie really took me out of the movie because, kind of like what Heather said earlier, this movie did have had a really good concept. Horrible execution. I was about to say execution, but horrible execution. And it just really took me out of the movie. I bet, now knowing what I'm going to get out of this movie, if I rewatch it, I might join your club.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. And this really wraps it up. The event, this was the ending that Heather was talking. The event must have ended before we went out today. When it just ended on a dime. And then the ending is like, it's happening in France or Germany or wherever they were.
Plus, weren't they talking to each other between the wall with a pipe? And then they were on different buildings the entire time? How the hell did that happen?
Dude, they were sending those sound waves straight through the pipe. That's what Pennywise does to his victims too.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh man. Dude, I don't even know what's happening anymore, except for talking about what the happening. But dude, I will give you the end, the end of the doubt. Wait, is that right? I'll just get you some doubts, fan. With the happening, I will put this at Fizzing with Grandparents. I'll give it to you because, again, I like Heather said too, the opening was very unique and cool, especially with some of the deaths too. I thought that some of the deaths were good. However, they just had no emotional impact behind those deaths.
That's what I was about to say. Is like the lion scene, or Rosie said the lion scene was pretty terrifying. I agree. That was a good one. The lawnmower man sequence was good. I thought that was a nice kill as well. Again, yeah, I agree with you. I'd put it Visiting with the Grandparents because, again, it's not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's more entertaining. It's not boring. To me, the biggest sin a movie can have is being boring, and that's where these two movies at the bottom are at. And yeah, so this movie, at least, I don't consider this movie boring. I actually was. I was into it from a point of being entertained. It was funny.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to go from at least entertaining to not entertaining at all because I don't know what the fuck was happening with this particular movie. It's like every actor in this particular movie was acting with a big old stick up their ass, and that's After Earth.
Dreadful. This thing, yeah, dull. Is all you can really say about it.
No, dude, that's the ultimate word for this movie.
This thing, yeah, it's a bore fest. Will Smith you have coming in, which should be a good thing. as far as acting skills go, but he doesn't act. He's like robot. He's robotic. Jaden
Jaden
is
Smith.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's okay, but he's not. I don't know. There's really not a lot about this movie. I think this is M. Night really stepping outside of his comfort zone and doing something bigger than what he needs to be doing. Like all these other movies we've talked about have been smaller scale, focused on the like this is just too big. And this movie just I don't even remember what even happened because it was it was a bore fest, man.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'll even be honest with you, ready for this one. That is my ultimate sin in movies. If you're freaking have like no emotion behind your acting, like I'm gonna turn off your movie. And I did turn off this movie. So I'm easily putting this in Rapidly Aging on the Beach. Because if you like do not act, like if you don't put any emotion, which I'm not sure if it's directing or just personal motive, you're like, I'm gonna freaking turn off your movie immediately. Because I watched a movie earlier this I would say about a month ago, actually, a movie called Swim that's on Tubi. It's a shark movie. It had a really cool concept, but dude, the acting was pretty much like After Earth right there. They had like no emotion with anything that they did. It was so dull. I just turned it off because it created my ultimate sin of movies. So easily for me, Rapidly Aging on the Beach.
I agree. This is one I never want to see again. This is one I have zero interest in revisiting. It's the most
Give me more Pursuit of Happiness.
Yes. If you're going to put these two people together, let's get some Pursuit of Happiness action. That's going to be the best choice.
Dude, abso-freaking-lutely. And before we start to get a little bit more of a towards up with M. Night, anything you want to address in the comment section?
Aiden said, "Access denied" is my favorite quote from After Earth. Rosie wants to know what accent Jaden's using. I cannot begin to answer that question though.
He did at one point go to China where he learned freaking the Karate Kid stuff.
Yeah, that was good. Aiden also said After Earth is really boring. Yeah, dude, exactly. And then he also said The Happening, what a hilarious film. Yeah, dude, it was actually pretty funny at times. Dude, I don't know, man.
Plus, it's Mark Wahlberg, too. Like, he's going to make everything funny, at least entertaining, too, because that's the kind of guy that he is.
Yeah, you did get to see Mark Wahlberg just be Mark Wahlberg in this movie, essentially. So that was good.
Oh, yeah, dude. Absolutely. But, okay. We went for like 4 straight shitty movies. For the most part, with like the little exception of The Happening for Brad. But we finally got okay, 4 shitty movies, but we finally got a glimmer of hope because after the shit fest that was After Earth, he went away from the studio Hollywood system and out of his own budget, like his own money, M. Night Shyamalan had made this particular movie, and it's called The Visit. And he was afraid that this movie was even like no movie company was going to buy the movie. But guess who freaking bought the damn thing? You know it. Blumhouse did, because Blumhouse buys everything. And I think for Blumhouse, for the most part, goodbye, good sir, because The Visit was on the top of my watch list for years. I really wanted to watch this movie so bad. Again, Heather, thank you for selecting this topic tonight. So I finally got to watch it. And I loved it.
Dude, this was a big surprise when it came out. I remember seeing the trailers for this, I don't know, freaking 28 times when it came out. What year did this come out again?
On the freaking USA Network, when you were watching Monday Night Raw for 3 hours, this commercial always came on, at least for me.
That might have been it. That might have been it, actually, because that was back when I actually was watching that. What year did this come out? 2017, 16,
15.
15, wow. That was a good year for movies, though. That's when Force Awakens came out. Can you believe it's been 7 years? I can't either.
Did it come out at 15? I thought Force Awakens was 16. Actually, you know what? It was 15 because I remember immediately the trailer came out. You had me drive to the damn theater to buy tickets.
Yep. It came out. That Creed came out that year. Pretty sure Spectre came out that year. Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation came out that year. It was actually a really
good year.
Yeah, it was a good flick, a good year. And this was a surprise of the year, man, for me. I remember seeing this, and honestly, it was one of the better found footage flicks that I've seen. And it was just like the twist was really good too. The characters were likable. They weren't great, but they were likable. I thought the two kids,
Right.
and I like the way, again, kind of like some of these earlier movies that he did. It kind of plays out. You get a little piece of information at a time. It starts off, pretty innocent, and then shit gets weird, and then you're like, what's going on? You keep getting more little clues as to what's going on, and it plays out really nicely. I think it's a great found footage flick.
Oh, dude, I thought it was absolutely spectacular with a found footage flick. Even though for me, it does create like a little bit of a sin for when it comes to a found footage flick. Brad, any guesses of what I'm about to say?
Because they film everything.
No, no, that's actually a good thing. Like they do film everything, so it gives you that feel. However, I just feel like the quality of picture of it looked too much beyond a what we call a found footage flick. Unless if they were freaking using those 4K camera phones or whatever they were using. But dude, that's what the thing that kind of distracted me a little bit. Like, because it kind of took me out of the whole like found footage thing a little bit with how much good quality that was.
Yeah, I mean, this came out. This came out at a time though when
Like
cameras
this
were
compared to
pretty
Hell
fucking
House
good.
LCC, that's what I'm trying to compare it to.
Yeah, I don't know. This came out at a time when phones on cameras on phones were really good. I don't,
True.
and I don't even think they're using a phone. They were using an actual camera. But either way, like cameras at that point, they've been good for years. So I see what you're saying though. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's
but
not
I
as
guess
genuine,
it's just I guess it's just personal preference of like if I'm going to watch a found footage flick, I want something like Wreck and Hell House LLC or Paranormal
Yeah.
Activity. Not like, but I'm not saying it's a bad found footage flick. Trust me, it's in my top 3 now after this watch because I thought it was absolutely spectacular, especially the grandma. The grandma freaking stole the show in this movie.
Who's the scarier old lady? This or the one from X?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think The Visit. Because
Dude,
if
she
I
was
wake up in the freaking middle of the night trying to go get me some water or need to take a piss or something, and I see freaking grandma on the freaking ground, like freaking crawling like a spider, I'll be like, fuck this. And then I just piss myself in the bed, man.
Dude, the diapers threw me off though at the end.
Oh, dude, that was fucking disgusting. I feel so bad for that kid at the end. What a shitty situation to put yourself in.
Oh! I knew it was coming. But yeah, man. So this movie plays. I didn't see the twist coming. So sorry. I know it's kind of a newer movie. Gonna spoil it.
No, it follows our rules,
Yeah.
so you're fine.
Just wanted to again throw you that heads up. It's coming here in a second. So just mute for just a second if you haven't seen it. But yeah, so the ending comes out. The kids get dropped off with the grandparents, and like we've been talking about, it gets weird. Like they can't go in the basement. Dad's like pointing a gun at his head in the barn. Like your granddad is. It's just weird as fuck. Really weird situation. Mom's or grandmom's doing some weird shit downstairs. At the end of the movie, we find out these are complete fucking strangers. And they've murked the grandparents, and that was to me was really effective. I did not see that coming at all. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought maybe they had some kind of mental illness. I don't know. But when that ending was revealed, it was actually quite like, fuck, man, this is pretty fucked up and pretty intense. And I like that.
Dude, I freaked out. I'm like, well, wait, like especially the mother, like when she discovered it, like, y'all need to get out of that house right now. That is not my mom and dad. I'm like, and I was kind of like sitting there going like, well, wait, what did she say? Like, I was not, dude. That's again the most effective like twist since freaking since Unbreakable, like with the twist part of it. So like, dude, it was so damn like so out of left field, but it worked because I thought for a minute it's like, oh, I know what's going to happen next. The grandparents are going to get crazy and batshit crazy things are going to happen. Dude, it's freaking like batshit crazy times 10.
Because who would expect them to be like they're older? Like who would expect? Like this is not your stereotypical, freaking murkers, man. These are different. Like this is not. I know Michael Myers is an old man now. I get that, but this was before Michael became 65 and a murker. This is probably the oldest murker at the time. Were these two guys or these two characters.
Mhm.
And dude, like you just don't see that coming. I thought that was really good because again, like it builds up so slow. Like, you know, it starts with little things like, oh yeah, you got to tape your camera up when you're talking to mom and dad, or, you know, kind of stuff like that. And then, like, yeah, the end, that reveal was fucking, it was fantastic. It was really effective.
Oh, dude, so damn effective. And a spoonful of horror say Nana was trying to bake those kids. Dude, I thought
It's
that
just-
was hilarious because that was the most popular shot out of the whole like freaking trailers or the TV ads. It's like, would you go into the oven and clean it? I'm like, fuck no. Like they got freaking they even got a setting called like oven clean, like a deep clean. Like, just use that. Like, holy shit.
Dude, yeah, I remember seeing that in the trailer so often. That's the one thing that stands out about the movie. Would you mind getting into the oven to clean it or whatever?
And then,
Yeah,
and then the daughter was like,
if you give me one of those
no.
almond cookies, yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
freaking burning the almonds. It's the secret to the cookies.
I wanted to get Horhead's comment. The mom in the visit is the worst parent ever. I would never send my kids to an environment where they never met the people they were staying with. But it's such a fun movie.
That's such a good point. That is such a damn good point. The whole movie's ruined now. Thank gummit.
Well, no, I could see. I could see somebody doing that though. I mean, I could see somebody doing that all day,
Especially with problems in the past too. But that's the other thing too. I thought the story was really good too.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't do it. And like I said, I know, you know, most people wouldn't. I don't think, but I could see somebody doing it for sure.
Oh, not me.
So yeah, so yeah, and then Aiden said the same. After the twist, the mom literally dropped her kids off with strangers. It didn't even have to be the grandparents. Yeah. I mean, you know, stuff like that, but you know, it's a really effective found footage flick.
Oh, frickin' super damn effective. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's not perfect. So please tell me you got that seeing dead people.
Yes, I do actually.
Yay! We got a spot filled for everything.
Hell yeah, dude. This is one of the best spreads we've had on Tearing It Up.
Or would you say split?
Ooh, yeah.
Because we got Split next, and dude, this movie.
I had to say,
I did
quick,
not expect a twist at the end of that one, but it's a small one. But anyways, what you got?
Horror said grandparents are becoming murkers a lot in movies lately. They are old and tired of everyone's shit. And then Flamethrower said, dude, we had an 80-year-old man shoot someone in a movie theater for texting. Old people are dangerous.
What?
Fuck, I don't blame him for that. People in the theater.
I'd do it for a contact bar.
I kid, of course, but yeah.
And then we also got Robert Long in the chat too. What's going on, Robert?
Hello.
Saying, I got to be careful what you eat and what you drink these days. You step out of the doors, you risk your life. Interesting.
Got that right.
Oh, Walking Dead Herschel, dude. I love me some Herschel.
Yeah, I do too. He was great.
But
he's never gonna be the head of a major corporation though.
Brad, too soon. Nah, I'm messing. But hey, dude, you could say Herschel. He was freaking Split at one point. But anyways, let's freaking talk about Split, man. Because dude, this one had easily to be probably a top 5 acting performance of all time.
A couple of them, yeah.
Ooh, couple of them. Who's the other one? Oh, wait a minute. Or is that a freaking personality joke?
It wasn't, but no. I mean, yes. James McAvoy was fantastic in the flick. Really creepy. 23 different personalities, and he plays them all to perfection. I think it's really good. But this is also Anya Taylor-Joy's like debut.
It was the witch. I think it was the witch first, and then it was this one.
This came out after the witch. Okay, yeah, I knew it was one of her first couple flicks. This is the first thing I saw her in because I saw this before I saw the witch. And I thought she was a standout in this movie as well.
Oh, dude, she's so damn talented. I can't wait for the menu in November, by the way. I know it's a little off topic. I'm so looking forward to that one. But yeah, dude, she was phenomenal in Split too. Because again, when there's a good bad guy, you always got to have a good protagonist. And she was a damn good protagonist for our antagonist.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so this movie is, basically she gets abducted and she gets thrown into this room. And the dude that abducted her, multiple personalities. And that's really the storyline. And we see these personalities play out from a brilliant performance by James McAvoy. And I mean, really, I mean, there's not a lot more to it. It's a small scale story, which again, I really appreciate. And I think it's done really well. It's a really good abduction thriller.
Yeah, and of course, she was with her friends too, but the friends were pretty much completely useless.
Right.
But it made Anya Taylor-Joy's character even stronger, especially what you learned about her at the end, with kind of like the rough upbringing that she's gone through. Because, like, hell, it's kind of like seemed like she's been in rougher situations than with our boy James and his 23 personalities. I bet you, like, and plus at the end of the movie, you kind of like wonder if she would rather just want to deal with the 23 personalities versus dealing with a shit ass uncle.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, honestly, I think you could probably live with that. But yeah, I think that that it does a good job with that. I really think that yeah, both of those are good. Honestly, I mean, I don't have. I mean, I just this was another really good movie for him. I think this was another good, solid entry after the visit. He was on a roll at this point. He was doing good things, and I really appreciate it for that. The twist again, spoilers, kind of not really, because I'm sure you guys know at this point, even if you haven't seen it. But the twist at the end, being that is connected to Unbreakable. It shows Bruce Willis in the credits.
I freaked the fuck out. I'm like, oh shit, they got a good idea on their hands, boys.
I did, because at this point, M. Night's never done a sequel. Like, he's never really connected his storylines together. He's never done anything that connects, and I thought that was a really cool moment. Again, now I saw this before I saw Unbreakable, so I imagine if you saw Unbreakable early on, and you're a big fan of it, like I would have been if I saw it when it came out, then this would have been even bigger. But for me, this inspired me to go back and watch Unbreakable. This is kind of what gave me this is what informed me that the Unbreakable was in fact an M. Night movie, and made me want to go watch it.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And like M. Night has like Easter eggs with his previous movies too, and other movies. But yeah, this was like the first big kind of like connection to an actual movie. So that's what got me excited, especially with Unbreakable. So now we get a potential fight between Bruce Willis and the Beast. Like, what more could you possibly want? Unfortunately, I get to have to talk shit about it here in a little bit. But with Split, absolutely love it. James had one of the absolute best acting performances I've ever seen. But it's not perfect, so I put it at Seeing Dead People.
I agree. That's exactly where I was going to put it.
Excellent. All right.
Flamethrower says, the Beast is a perfect example of the only thing worse than an ass whooping is waiting on an ass whooping.
Rejoice, your heart is pure.
The Beast was badass though.
Oh, dude, freaking James had to get so ripped, and like you think him as a scrawny guy, dude? He had to get freaking ripped for that role.
Yeah, this is honestly probably my favorite James McAvoy performance for sure. I mean, it's definitely better than Pennywise.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to go there. But yeah, I easily agree with you on that.
Yes.
Yeesh. Sorry, just all right. Rosie said, "Is this Anya's first big movie?" I would say technically yes, because this got a theatrical release and everything. I think The Witch, Brad, just got a Netflix release. That's how it
it was theatrical, but it was smaller. It was definitely a small release.
Smaller scale, small A24 before A24 became a thing. Like Hereditary is what set A24 off more than anything. But so I guess technically Split was the first big movie of Anya Taylor-Joy's young acting career.
Yeah, this is really the first thing that most people saw her in. Because
I'm pretty sure
that's
something. Me too.
Yeah, The Witch isn't something that a lot of people. It wasn't a big. Like it got a lot of traction when it came out in the horror community, but as far as general audiences, no, not a lot of people watched The Witch. But yeah, so I'm looking at her filmography right now. She did that Morgan movie in 2016. But Split helped her get rolling for sure after.
Yeah, and the chess show on Netflix too.
Yeah,
which I've been meaning to watch that because like I'm sort of interested in chess, but more than anything, I'm just an Anya Taylor-Joy fan.
Dude, I'd beat your ass at chess so bad.
Fuck that.
Queen's Gambit though. Queen's Gambit.
Oh yeah, Queen's Gambit. Yeah, I hear excellent things about that, but I also hear excellent things about Robert the Wolfman that just joined us in the chat. What's going on, Robert?
Hello and welcome to the
And then
party.
before we get these last two movies, because I'm pretty sure they'll fly by real quick. I want to get Rosie's comments saying, if they do a new Sleepaway Camp movie, A24 it. I agree if they're going to do it, make it A24. However, you could never just recreate that particular twist. So I say, don't remake it.
Yeah, I don't. Of course, I'm not a huge sleepaway camp guy anyway, so I just, whatever.
Unfortunately, you're not. I love, as you can see right here, if I can get it, I love me some Felissa Rose.
Yeah, hell yeah, you do. That's for
Oh yeah,
damn
I got
sure.
a signed poster. I just bought me the one of the few VHSs left in the entire world of Sleepaway Camp, and they just announced last night that Felissa Rose is going to be at my horror convention that's 10 minutes away from my house next year. Like, are you freaking kidding me, dude?
Hey, I'll sign up for that one. I'll sign
Dude,
up for
you
that
better
one.
sign up for that one. Freaking tickets go on sale next Thursday, actually, as we're doing freaking our Slash It Out episode.
Wham's going to be there too.
Oh yeah, if you do the VIP package, so that's like $100. So pick your poison on that.
Worth it.
Ooh, fuck yeah. My boy. All right, but they don't want us to talk about that. They want us to talk about the last two movies on this list. So let's freaking talk about Glass. And I'll just go ahead and say this right off the bat. One of my most disappointing movies of all time.
I agree. This is again, M. Night's finally getting back to traction here. With The Visit and Split coming out back to back. We're like, oh, okay, this guy can still make movies. All right, cool. We're doing good things. He knows what he's doing still. And then this comes out and really building up again, creating this world that he was building. I was really excited about it. This universe, if you will, the Split. Basically a trilogy of movies. I was really excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it came out and it was kind of boring, to be honest with you. I was kind of disappointed. I was pretty disappointed in the flick.
Oh, dude, I was so heartbroken because I thought like the trailer and the advertisements did a really good job hyping you up for this movie because of what Bruce and freaking James going to freaking duke it out one-on-one. Like, who's going to freaking win? It's like freaking Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Freaking this amazing badass match, and right before they even touch each other, they get freaking taken out by these random people ran by Sarah Paulson. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that was really stupid. Now, I was pumped because Samuel L. was coming back, James McAvoy, Bruce Willis, Sarah Paulson even is really good.
Freaking Sam Jackson saved the whole damn movie.
Anya Taylor was coming back, for the role, so I was really stoked about it. But yeah, man, then that happened, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And again, it took a while to get rolling, and I just didn't really enjoy it. It's not one I may rewatch it at some point. I don't think it's a really horrible movie, but it was super disappointing.
Oh, dude, so disappointing. Like, I agree with you. It's not a bad movie. I think I still gave it like a 3 out of 5. But dude, I was expecting like 4.5 shit. That's how much they were building this shit up. And again, horrible execution. I thought the twist was pretty nifty, even though it kind of didn't make sense on who delivered the twist. You would think the good guy would deliver this twist.
You would think so.
Yeah,
would think
you
so,
want
but
to explain to the people. Okay, this is actually where we do have to do it again. We did it before the show or before we got going, but we'll do it again because this falls within our 5-year limit, I believe, because this came out in 2019. Quick spoiler. Here we go. Apparently, there are more superheroes out there, and freaking Glass's big agenda is to let it be known to the world that there are more superheroes out there.
the Avengers Initiative. I mean,
Pretty much in a nutshell. Oh my god, I'm not doing it. Freaking in the nutshell, but
yeah, it just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me at all. I don't know. I didn't enjoy that aspect of it at all. I mean, again, it's not as bad as these other movies we were talking about earlier. It's not horrible. I'd put it in the middle. I'd probably put it in the middle at Split.
you know what? I'll go ahead and meet you right there too, because like, you know where it should belong, at least right there. It should.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it went right there. And I hate to put it right there because that movie has so much damn potential. But again, horrible execution. I'll be honest with you. I think this is the first one where I kind of judge more towards the studio than I did with M Night.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's I mean, I think that's probably the case. I don't know too much about it. Again, it's one of those I watched and I was like, fuck, and I haven't watched it since it came out. So I really I don't know. I mean, I'll probably give it a rewatch at some point, but it's just one of those that I just
or we'll do it for a feature series in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
sure,
and Rosie, I love this. Rosie says that this glass is more than half empty. Awesome.
Yeah, isn't it though,
we're
man?
getting them. We're getting them with the puns.
I'm half empty on the M9, that's for sure.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Absolutely. So I'll let you go for the chat real quick because we got one more movie, and I have a feeling that I'm not going to say much because I could smell a rant coming.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Rosie's here. She said Glass was a letdown. Yeah, I agree. The Unbreakable theme doesn't even appear in Glass. Exactly. That's such a good fucking score, man.
Yeah, fucking Bruce Willis wasn't even like hardly even like he didn't really do anything in this movie. That was another disappointing thing too because his character was so interesting.
It was because this is and I know Bruce is going through some some health issues now, and I guess it's been going on for years. This was actually after his kind of downfall as an actor.
Right.
This movie was, and I was really hoping this movie was going to kind of bring him back to relevance because this is around the time he did I think this was after he did Die Hard 5, that atrocious fucking flick, and everything else that he was doing in that time period was just really bad.
And guys, if you want to rant, we did a Die Hard series on our channel. Like, really look back on the playlist. Brad went apeshit on that review. So if you want a freaking good laugh, watch that review. That is freaking hilarious. I still laugh to this day.
That was so bad. And again, I love Bruce Willis. Again, I really do feel for him. I really wish he was still, healthy and doing good stuff because he was always one of my favorites growing up. But this came out in time when he just wasn't doing anything. He was doing all these B movies and stuff like that. Die Hard's already gone. It's out the window. I was hoping this movie was going to bring him back to relevance, and it did not. And yeah, so I that went off on long story for this one thing, but yeah.
Hey, all good, dude. I'd rather just keep on talking about Glass than what we're about to talk about. So, Brad, go ahead, rant away.
Old is dude, I tell you, this was the pinnacle of having a good concept and just not knowing what the fuck to do with it. So first off, this to me was the laziest movie he's ever done. This is straight lazy. And that's what pisses me off about it, is the fact that he took the concept of the story from a book that was written. So the concept alone is not even his idea. He puts it in this movie with the worst dialogue you'll ever hear. It's not natural at all. There's nothing enjoyable about the dialogue. It's all just fucking people like, hey, she's having a seizure. I'm a doctor. Yeah, let me fix it. Like just stupid stuff like that. I think an 8-year-old could make better dialogue. It's not good. It's not genuine. There's nothing interesting about it. The only thing good about this movie is the setting on this nice looking beach, and this nice resort, the place you want to be. Dude, I remember there's this whole fucking dialogue, dude. It's like, hey, the kid runs around. The kid's running around. It's like, hey, my name's Jeff. What do you do for a living? He's like, I'm a police officer, and I'm a fucking, like, I'm a nerd. I don't even remember what everybody does because it doesn't matter. But anyways, they're at this resort. They get a ride from M. Night himself to the fucking beach. They go in there. They're stuck in there because there's fucking magnets. Yeah, bitch. Jesse Pinkman's here, and he's putting magnets up. He can't get out anymore. And everybody starts aging. They start aging rapidly. They're getting really, really old, really fast. And again, the premise is really cool, but it's not M. Night's idea. He said, okay, let's pull this from a book and let's just make some money. Is essentially what the vibes I got from this movie. And they go to this beach. They're aging really fast. There's fucking kids fucking in a tent in this movie, which already again is really fucking weird because they go to this beach and they're 4 years old, and before you know it, they're 12, and then they're 14, and now one of them's pregnant. Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol? What is going on over here? This baby pops out. The baby doesn't make it because the baby's freaking aging fast. Like all this whole fucking shit's going on, and you're like, I can't even put myself on it. I don't even know what's going on. This whole thing goes so fast. None of the characters are likable. None of the characters you enjoy. Nothing's good about the characters. Yeah, let's just be real about the characters. Nobody likes them. And the twist sucks ass at the end.
Oh man. First, okay. You okay, bro?
I will be.
Okay, breathe. We talked about this. Breathe. Nah, I'm messing. Because I can't top what you just gave out there. Old, like you said, best. This out of all the movies we talk about, great concept, horrible execution. Brad said best. This was the worst execution of them all. Because me and Brad were really excited about this movie. However, dude, when I was at that theater, I was just kind of like, what? What the fuck did I just watch? Literally, what the fuck did I just watch? And if you also want to see freaking Brad freaking renting part 2, go on my personal TikTok because I still have your old video, Brad, about how you went off. I'm pretty sure. Because that was great, but it was so damn true. This, like, none of the characters are intriguing. You were just kind of like wanting to see where this story was going because, again, good concept. It went nowhere. And plus, it went so damn fast, too. You couldn't really keep up with freaking what was going on. And, dude, what you said about the twist, he's probably more than likely the worst twist of all of his freaking movies.
It was stupid. All the twists before this at least served the story before.
Oh, it's the freaking quarrels. It's the freaking quarrels. But
the
trust
quarrels.
Me, I'm sorry we're spoiling it, but trust me, we're saving you time and money.
The whole twist of this movie, it's a twist for the sake of being a twist. It's not even good. It's like, okay, they've been down here the whole time just because they're getting fucking medicine tested on them. Who gives a flying fuck? That it doesn't matter at this point. You've seen people rapidly aging on a beach at this point. Like who gives a fuck what the purpose is? Like, give us a twist that actually provides value to the story. All the other the great twists we've seen, Sixth Sense. Oh, that's a fucking good twist because it actually provides value to the story. It creates the arc. It creates everything you're looking for. This is pointless. The movie wouldn't change at all if you took this twist out. It doesn't make a difference. It's just capped on for extra runtime and just to have a fucking twist. It doesn't matter. And it's stupid as a mofo. And that, man, dude, were you talking freaking random ass people on the beach too, like fucking float? Like, I don't know, dude. This is fucking stupid.
And you had a pretty decent cast in this movie too, and they fucking did nothing.
But they couldn't fucking act because they had M. Night directing them. And again, I say that I actually do like M. Night. Like, he's definitely contributed to the filmmaking industry.
Dude, absolutely.
I recognize that.
And this is what is so damn frustrating because, like, he goes like, "Oh, we created golden reels." And now all of a sudden we're at dog shit from a horse's ass. Like, it shouldn't be that way with such a, like, especially with the 3 movies we put up top there. You think anything else that he touches at least is from Split up. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what sucks about it. That's what's so frustrating about it because you know he's capable of so much more. But here he comes with this freaking piss poor dialogue that literally, I could have written better dialogue. And I don't do dialogue. I don't do it. I can't do it. I can't write dialogue. You kidding me? Like, but this shit is so unnatural. And so I thought for most of the movie that the dialogue being that bad was on purpose. I thought it was a part of the bit. I thought it was going to play into the twist or something. I was like, I don't know who wrote this thing, but surely it's got a point. It's got to be this bad for a reason. But it was so fucking bad. There's tumor. There's a tumor. And they cut the tumor out. I remember that. I don't want to see this movie again, man. I don't want to do it. I just don't.
Nope. And I'm just warning our featured Patreons, if you make us watch this movie, we're gonna hate you. Not really, but we're gonna hate you. But yeah, so Brad. I'm just gonna safely assume, because again, we created this particular tier just for this movie alone. It's the worst of the worst. Definitely the worst movie out of all these movies. I don't know. Maybe you can make a little argument between Old and The Last Airbender, but at least with that Last Airbender, you get some pretty decent CGI. But Old, fuck you, Old. Rapidly aging on a beach, and guess what? You are a son of a beach.
I will now, as much as I ranted about it, and as much as I hate it, I think it's actually better than the 3 movies that it's next to. If you wanted to go up to the grandparents tier, I would go there, but I'm also completely content with it being at the bottom.
Robbie would go. Robbie would make it unbreakable.
I know he would. I know.
But again, we love Robbie for that reason, folks, just because he's so unique with his movies of what he loves. Like, what typically he loves, we hate. And so we always love that. We always find that entertaining. But for us, Old, bad. Because I saw somebody in the chat say, I just gotta find it real quick.
Well, what are you
Oh,
looking
there we
for?
go. I found it. I haven't seen it. Is it worth curiosity watch or do I skip it? Rosie, you skip it immediately. Save your money. More importantly, save your time because if you watch it, you will get older.
I would say like if you're open to some crazy shit, just give it a check. I mean, watch it. Don't get your hopes up. I mean, I would put it up there with The Happening. I think those two are very comparable. I don't think it's a horrible fucking movie, but it's at least it's not. I wouldn't say it's boring. I'll give it that. It's not boring.
And
It
the
moves at a
setting.
pretty the setting's good. It moves at a fast pace. It's not a boring flick. It's just really poorly made. And well, I say poorly made. It's really poorly written. We'll put it that way. The dialogue is absolutely dreadful, and none of this shit makes sense in the movie. So I'll put it that way. As far as production goes, it's a well-made movie. It's not boring, but it just fucking is. The writing is amongst the worst I've seen.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And hello there, Caleb, from the Dark Effort Files podcast. What's going on, man? We're just about to wrap things up. Brad, anything else you want to talk about, old or any other movie on this list?
That's it. I'm good with that. I'm good with that, man.
All right. Actually, I want to mention one thing, and then I'll go over our list one more time. I actually was randomly at my desk, and I thought about this. I think they could make a really strong sequel to The Sixth Sense.
Yeah? You think you do something good with it?
Well, that's just like it's like all these years later, Cole grown up, and we could just like follow him on his adventures of like where he's at now with seeing dead people. Toni Collette's still alive. You could have her come back playing the mother and all that. And he gets to help another kid, wait for it, who also sees dead people.
I actually like that. You bring the same actor back, which he hasn't done
they're
a
all
lot.
alive.
Yes.
Don't bring M. Night Shyamalan back, especially right now with what he's at in his career. But definitely let somebody like hell, ready for this one. Mike Flanagan should do it.
I would let M. Night direct it. I really would. I think he still has
someone else write it.
Yeah. Yes. I think he still has potential to give us good fucking movies. He's a really good director when he wants to be. He just needs to put his heart into it and give us something good. And I think he could do that. I think that's a great idea. I've never even thought about that because it's like
randomly thought about it at my desk today.
Yeah, now that it's been so many years, I think you could do something really effective there. And you've already set because it left on such a an open ending, I guess you could say, Sixth Sense, because he's still seeing dead people. He is. I think that's genius. I think you could really do something there. You could call it the 12th sense. The 12th sense.
You ready for this one? I just thought of another idea. Remember how we feel bad for our boy Bruce Willis? What if you give him a very small cameo scene where, our boy Cole, he's freaking at a dark place right now. He doesn't know what to do to help this boy who also sees dead people. And all of a sudden, freaking Bruce Willis's character comes back for a split second to kind of guide him one more time. And plus, you finally get Bruce Willis a good movie to go out on his career.
That'd be badass.
I don't think he'll do it with his health and all that, but that would be pretty damn cool.
That would be so you could do something like they did with Val Kilmer in Top Gun. You could just make it work. Exactly. You could squeeze it right in there, and you could do something that would just kind of sit him out on top. And I think that would be really cool.
Or like a reference, like he talks about Bruce Willis's character, like Cole does when he talks to the boy who also sees dead people. It's like, well, this guy helped me.
Bring Pop-Tarts back. Toni Collette could be in there. That could be really fucking cool, man.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm going to trademark this idea because I'm telling you, I feel like we have a freaking, if we're talking about freaking Top Gun Maverick sequel being freaking gold, this idea can be gold if handled.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, I say, thank you, Rosie. Great idea. Pitch it. Damn right, we'll pitch it. And last thing I want to talk about, because this comes out next year from M. Night Shyamalan, it's Knock at the Cabin. That's his new movie that's about to come out early next year.
Sounds interesting. I haven't checked out Severance, which he's doing on Apple TV right now.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Here, let me read the synopsis of this movie real quick.
Not
Brad.
Severance. It's Severance is a different show. He is on Apple though. I can't.
Yeah, I remember seeing that today when I was doing double checking the double check. But Knock at the Cabin. A couple and their daughter's cabin is invaded by strangers who take them captive and then lay out their simple proposal. The world is coming to an end. They've all seen it, and only a terrible sacrifice made by the family can stop it.
That sounds interesting. I'm for
sounds
it.
interested, but again, if it all comes down to execution, and it does have Batista and freaking Ron Weasley in this movie.
I'm hoping he can come back and give us something good because he's got a good creative mind. The Servant's what I'm talking about. I need to check that out. It's got a 7.5 on IMDb.
Oh, nice.
I might give it a whirl. But yeah, man. Horrorhead said the tier list was fun. Can't wait for God, don't do this. Can't wait for the Sharknado franchise tier list in the future.
Well, go ahead and get ready for us to freaking start doing research on that one. Even though I personally like the Sharknado franchise. The first one is really fun, and the other ones are freaking your sea level horror, but they're fun. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily that bad, but so we can have a good time with it. So Heather, if you want to do it for your next one, just let us know here in a couple of months.
Yeah, dude, we'll have fun with it regardless.
Yeah, regardless. And then, so guys, this is our tier. Let me run it down for you guys one more time, starting with from bottom to top. So rapidly aging on a beach is Lady in the Water, The Last Airbender, After Earth, and Old. Well deserved at the bottom. Fuck those movies for the most part. Visiting with the Grandparents, The Happening. I gotta give that a rewatch, but I'm be more willing to do that. Split, right down the middle, like 50-50. Wide Awake, The Village, and Glass. Seeing Dead People, it's so close to being a perfect movie, but a couple little details hold it back, or it just doesn't reach that ultimate level. And that is The Visit and Split. And then, of course, the best of the best, whatever you want to call it, golden reel or really damn good. That is The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and Signs.
Hell yes, dude. That's a good rundown, man. This is the biggest spread. Again, we usually we're really pretty generous. So a lot of our tier lists have a lot of things up at the top. This one's all over the place, man. This is probably the most we've had in the bottom tier yet, I would say.
Oh, dude, hands down. But again, well deserved at the bottom of the bottom. So let me go ahead and get that out there.
Aiden wants to know if we'll ever do a John Carpenter tier list. You bet your freaking ass we will.
You're bet. Like, you don't even have to do like a Patreon request. We'll do that eventually because we love ourselves some boy Johnny Carpenter. Same thing with and same thing with Stephen King. So you don't have to worry about like Patreon stuff and all that, like for a particular request, because we're going to freaking do that on our own free will. Because those those are so iconic people. We got to do it. If we're going to be a horror channel, we got to do those eventually. And we will.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah. So Brad, anything else before we tell people what's freaking coming up on the channel?
Nah, man, I'm good for it.
All right, let's go ahead and freaking wrap everything up here. Lastly, Heather, thank you so much. Again, Patreon request of Heather. Such a damn good time tonight. So, Heather, thank you so much for a great topic.
Yes, that was a great call. I'm glad you picked this because I got to enjoy The Happening.
And I got to enjoy The Visit too, and The Sixth Sense, and a lot of other first time watches too. So we were really appreciative of that. And if you want to do what Heather just did tonight, along with others we did with Jake Burnett in the which I got it right here. Actually, I'll put it up right now. If you've not seen it already, our top 10 underrated horror movies is doing really good for us right now for a pre-recorded content video, and that was Jake Burnett's suggestion for him being a level 3 tier of Patreon. And also we did Antonis's pick of like a watch along. So if you want something in your honor, be sure to join our level 3 Patreon today, and we'll freaking do a video in your honor.
Hell yeah, man. We'll have a good time with it too.
Oh, and freaking Bacon Pee-Poos in the chat. So Canadian bacon, bitch.
Happening is so bad. Yeah, but it's good though. It's so bad it's good. It's so
Megan,
bad,
I'm
it's
on your
good.
side on that one. So, all right, Brad, here's what's coming up on the channel. Boom.
Oh, Monday we're doing the Halloween. We're continuing the Halloween. That's Monday. We're doing the Halloween Scream review series with Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. We'll have a skit there at noon premiere as well as our review. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So check out all these other channels as well. The review will be out on Monday as well. Those links will be in that description on Monday. I don't know, probably not this one, but they'll be in the description on Monday. Chris Snyder's doing the Chris Snyder's doing the Letterboxd reviews as well. And to cap that off next week, we're going to change the date that we initially said because I just noticed something. But we're going to be
football
doing
time in Tennessee, you son of a bitch. I know. I know that was going to be one of the things I actually was going to talk to you about after the stream ended. So there you go.
It literally just hit me, but maybe Friday or sometime over the weekend, we're going to be doing Halloween, Slash It Out, The Curse of Michael Myers, theatrical cut versus the producer's cut as well to celebrate that week. And then you can take over from here where we're going. I just wanted to get that while we're talking about Scream.
All right, so this coming Sunday be our next live stream, and that is Back from the Dead. It is a show that me and Destiny do celebrating horror movie anniversaries, and we got a jam-packed episode on that one. I'll let you look at some of those movies for a little bit because we got much more to talk about other than the ones you see on screen. But those to me are the ones that I want to like give highlight to. So that will be this Sunday at noon Eastern time, so 12 o'clock Eastern time on that. And I do not have the thumbnail because I'm still trying to figure out the details on it. But as of right now, to my knowledge, Monday, the 29th, is Brandon the Beldam, Brandon Meacham, who is one of our patrons of ours. He has a birthday that day, and he does have a YouTube channel, and he has given me the honor. He has asked me to join on his channel to do a birthday watch-along, and Brad's going to love this pick right here. It's freaking... oh shit! Why did the movie just leave my head? Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
And
Fucking epic.
It'll be my first time watch too, so I am so freaking excited to watch that with it. It's one of his all-time favorite movies, so it is an honor to be on his channel for that. Once I get more details, like a stream link, I will post it into the Goodwill Hunting freaking socials, man. And then Brad, I'll let you talk about this one as well.
Wednesday, dude. We're gonna be on that freaking sexy SOB Matt Fosse's channel Wednesday night, and that's gonna be really exciting because we're watching Cabin Fever. And this is a movie Brett hasn't seen it, so this is gonna be a first time watch for the Brett man. And we're gonna see about that tow truck that Winston's been looking for, and we're gonna grab ourselves a 40. We're gonna party.
I have a fever, and the only prescription is freaking watch until you. No, it's watch until you drop. I knew where you were going with that, you slime dog, you. And of course, you mentioned our freaking Slash It Out. Yeah, we'll readjust the date because again, it's football time in Tennessee. We love our Tennessee Falls for better or worse. So we got freaking support our freaking guys, even if it's against Ball State. But anyways, freaking to finish it off here, as you all know, we got Goodwill Hunting 2022 coming up. That's our October special of great live streams. Back from the Dead episode, we got a special one for that. We got some watch parties planned. And also, Brad, we got this bad boy right here.
Fright Fight 2022, big ass tournament of all the major horror franchises. We're going to dwindle them down to one freaking champion, man. And it is going to be epic.
Epic as fuck. And if with the inclusion of Halloween Ends, we will get exactly 64 movies. So it'll be a 64 team movie tournament to determine who is the greatest horror movie of them all.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's gonna be the coolest thing we've ever done. I can't
wait.
Dude,
it's gonna be so much fun, especially with the little another hint we threw out there. What's coming freaking March of next year, dude.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be big too, man.
I know,
that's
which I gotta fucking start watching some of those movies, man.
I got a couple of these Leatherface movies to watch before October.
I got two in particular, but other than that, I'll be golden.
Yeah, I've seen them all, but there's a couple of the Texas Chainsaws I haven't, or at least haven't seen in many years.
Oh yeah, so we'll freaking get our knowledge back up on those, and now our chat has a weird obsession with pancakes.
That's from Cabin Fever.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Man. So I'm gonna be eating pancakes that day. I'm getting hungry as hell now. So, Brad, anything else you want to talk about, or anything you want
Waffle
to share?
House.
No, dude, you can't fucking ask pancakes at Waffle House. We know this.
No, but I could get a waffle there.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, because you're freaking going 50-50 on men like Mr. freaking M. Night over down here. Look at him. He's been smiling this entire time, so I'm sure his mouth hurts. But guys, again, we know there was a freaking busy night on YouTube, but having you guys here with constant like 5 to 7 people watching, that still means a lot to us, especially on a Friday where it's the busiest stream night of the entire week. We really honestly appreciate that more than you guys know. So I'm going to end it with like this. What did you all think about our tearing up list for the M. Night Shyamalan movies, or the 13 movies we did? Did you agree with our list, or do you disagree? Because again, we got that link in the chat and also in the description down below, so you can make your all list, and y'all need to share it with us, or you could do it in the comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
Thank you, Rosie. You rock as well. I appreciate you stopping in tonight. Yes, and if you want to help us find a good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, TikTok, and Patreon. Those links are for you to find right down below.
Absolutely. And dude, we are close to 850 subs, which that would mean that we are 150 away for our ultimate goal of 1K followers. And how can you do that? You can do that by liking this video, sharing, and subscribing. And of course, ring that bell, ding, ding, ding. So you all know when the next tearing it up, Patreon requests, and everything is up and ready.
Right, you are, Ted.
All right, guys. So we're freaking out of here. And damn it, now I'm craving pancakes. So I'm going to Waffle House.
I'm going to my village.
Well,
and you can find me never, because you will never find my village.
Well, guess what? I'll be on a beach getting old.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. I'm so screwed. See you guys.